Hey guys, thank you for watching. Today I am back and I have a fun little comparison video that we're going to do today. So very recently a bunch of makeup brands have been releasing these cream liquidy products. So I have 3 from Tarte and 3 from E.L.F. These are the most recent ones that I acquired. We're going to use them, one on each side of the face, and we're going to see if one is actually better than the other. So that's what we're doing today. A little bit of info about these products for you guys. So the E.L.F. ones retail for $9 each, I believe. Let me double check. And these are the Halo Glow Beauty Wands. And they have them in many different shades. Well, not many. Let me rephrase that. So the highlighters, there's currently 3 shades of highlighter. There's a champagne one, which is the one I have. There's one called Rose Quartz, which looks like it would be really good for skin tones that's a little bit darker than mine. And then the darker one they have is called Liquid Gold. So that hopefully will be beneficial for the people who have richer skin tones. But obviously, I can't attest to that. I don't have the shade, nor do I have dark skin. So, if you've tried that one, let us know in the comments if it worked out for you. And then the blushes come in 4 shades. There is Candlelit, Rose You Slay, which is actually the one I have. There is Magic Hour and Berry Radiant, which is going to be your darker shade. And then the contour wands come in 5 shades. So there's the Fair Light, which is the one we're going to use today. Light Medium. Then there's Medium Tan, Tan Deep, and then they have a Deep Rich. So that's what we're working with here. The Tarte ones, on the other hand, retail for, I believe it's $35 each. I'm double checking that information to make sure it is correct. So let me get it. Let's see. Cheeks. Let's go here. So these are the sculpt tape is what they're called. So there's the sculpt tape, which is the contour bronzer shade, the blush tape, and then the glow tape. So they do retail for $35 each. The contour stick itself has, it looks like 7 shades. A couple of them are sold out on Tarte's website, but you can always sign up to be notified when it's back. And they have, let's see, so there's soft bronze, which is your very fair to fair light skin tones, and that's actually the one that I have here today. There's your cool bronze, which is light to light medium skin tones. The warm bronze, which is medium to tan skin. Deep bronze, which is for your tan to deep skin. And then rich bronze, which is the deeper skin tones. And then for the blush, actually, let's go to the highlight first, because I have this one right here. So the highlighter shades, they're also $35 each, and there are 3 of them. There's Pearl Glow, which is the one I have. There is Golden Glow, and then Bronze Glow for your darker skin tones. And then the blushes, let me get that so that we're ready to go. Blush, okay. So the blush tape has 4 shades as well. There is a pink color, which I think is this one actually. Yep, this is pink. There's a peach shade, a berry shade, and then they have a new cherry shade that looks to be sold out right now on Tarte's website. So hopefully they bring that one back. I did see some videos of it on Instagram and it looks beautiful on darker skin tones. So hopefully that one can come back in stock for everybody who would like to try it. So the one thing, because this is not a first impression, I have used these before. I've just never really used them together to see how they work or don't work together. But I will say the blushes, both the e.l.f. and the Tarte ones, are very sheer. They're very buildable. So if you are looking at a darker shade, you could probably grab it even if you don't have a darker skin tone because of how sheer they are, which you will see in the application part. So I'm ready to get started. So I'm going to zoom in and we're going to do Tarte on one side and e.l.f. on the other. And we're going to see if there's a lot of difference between them or if the e.l.f. ones are a dupe for the Tarte ones. Alright guys, so I think I'm going to do Tarte on my left side and e.l.f. on my right side. So I'm going to start with the contour wands. So this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand in Fair Light. And the product itself, it's got the little sponge tip and you just squeeze it when you want some product. Just be very careful not to squeeze out too much. Do a few dots up there. Okay. I am going to use the same brush for the bronzer and blush on both sides, but I'm going to clean it off in between. So as you can see, it's blending in very easily, very quickly. It's not really taking a lot to get it. I like bronzer like up in my hairline. Just do that 3 technique that everybody does. I really like this. It really blended in beautifully. And we're coming into the summer months when I really like to use more cream products, so this is a nice affordable cream bronzer. Okay, so now I have the blush shade in Rose You Slay. It looked like a very good pink, which is what I was looking for. So we're just going to dab a couple. Sheer it out a little bit. And when I get to blending it, you'll see what I meant by, because, I mean, that's crazy. It being a little sheer. Oh, here we go. So it just adds a nice subtle pink. Which I really like. And then for the highlighter, I think I'm just going to blend it out with my finger, just because it's a liquid highlight. And we're going to put that on top of the blush. Oh, need some product. Okay, so just a few little dots. There we go. Okay, so here's the e.l.f. side. This is our affordable side. I really do like these. They're very glowy. So now we are going to work on the Tarte side. Alright, so let's get this going. The components are the same. There's no twisting. Because I know if you have the Charlotte Tilbury ones, you like twist to like unlock and or to lock and unlock them. These are not like that. They're just constantly open. So we have to be careful. The one thing that I have noticed is the Tarte ones, it takes a little bit more force to get the product out. And the shades are definitely not the same. I don't know if it's really fully picking up on camera. But the e.l.f. ones are really cool toned. And these ones are not. So we're just going to tap that in. This one I would use less for a contour and more for a bronzer. Let's just do this. But as you can see, like with the e.l.f. ones, they blend it out very quickly. I'm not using a lot of force on the brush. It's just very easily spread. I haven't really done a wear test on these, so I don't know exactly if you don't put powder on top how long they'll last. We could do that at a later date. That would be fun. Alright, now cleaning off the blush brush. We're going to go into our blush tape now. And we are going to squeeze a little out. So these ones are even more sheer than the e.l.f. ones. And they're very glowy. So honestly, you might not even really need a highlighter if you don't want to, because I don't have one on right now. And this is very... Add a little more. Might even be able to use it as like a pink highlighter. Blend it all together. Okay. And then our glow tape. Squeeze a little out. Pop it on. And then just blend it out with my fingertips. Whoops, sorry. Alright, so there's the Tarte side. And there's the e.l.f. side. Honestly, they look very similar. Alright, so hang tight. Final thoughts coming. Alright, so we are back now with the final thoughts. So honestly, I like both of these products a lot. I think it's going to come down to the shades, which I can actually swatch them for you so that you can see them. I'll start with the e.l.f. ones while I'm talking. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to swatch the products together from both brands so that you can see, especially the difference in what I was talking about with the bronzer contour shades. So to start out, these are the contour bronzer shades. So the top one is the Tarte one, and the bottom one is the e.l.f. one. And the e.l.f. one, you can see it's way more cool toned than the bronzer one up there is. I'm trying not to like blind you with the lights because they're very reflective. But you can see this is definitely, especially if you have fair skin, this is definitely going to be a great contouring shade, whereas that's more of a bronzer and less of a contour. But as you can see, they both work very well. And then the blushes that I have, get the e.l.f. one. The e.l.f. one's very glowy too, actually. But I feel like the Tarte one had more of a glow. Okay, so here are the blushes. So this bottom one is the e.l.f. one, and the top one is the Tarte one. And you can see they're pink, but they're very different shades of pink. That's clearly darker than that one. And the Tarte one, I mean, I used a couple layers of it, and I think it turned out very nice. It's still very sheer, but it doesn't look overdone. And then the highlighter shades, we can swatch these out. These, I think, are going to have the most similar effect, especially with the two shades that I have, because I am more fair skin. I do really like the icy type highlighter, so a lot of the highlighters I have give you that icy glow. So here's the highlighters. The top one is the Tarte and the bottom one is the E.L.F. And you can definitely see the difference between them. This is more of a champagne, and that's more of that icy white highlighter that I love. But they both equally give you a nice glow. So that is all that we have for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments if you have purchased these or if you're considering them, which ones you liked better, which side you like better. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!